Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host Paul James, and today I'm joined by Damo Camilleri.
Hi.
Matt Phillips. He's died. It's been a long day. We waited a long time for lunch.
We've been here for 15 hours.
Waited 14 of those hours for lunch.
There was sun here at one
That wasn't
stage.
my fault. We went out and ordered and they screwed us over. Today we are talking about next gen.
Are we?
Or are
Yes.
we not?
Oh, okay.
Because
What?
there was a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of played out just in the lead into E3, courtesy of some reports kicking around that, developers are working on PS5 games and blah, 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 which was largely dismissed courtesy of the legend Jason Schreier at Kotaku. But Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, spoke about next gen during the conference, and with the timeline that Halo Infinite seems to be working on, I think that's probably a next gen game. Todd Howard came out at the Bethesda conference and spoke about how both Starlink and Elder Scrolls 6 are next gen games. He's kind of backtracked a little bit when it comes to Starlink, that maybe it'll be one of those that will kind of straddle console generations, I guess, like Metal Gear 5 or
Skyrim.
Skyrim was, it's just that it then got remastered.
Yeah, Skyrim.
Skyrim's, it'll probably come
Skyrim
to next
will
gen.
come out.
It'll come to next gen anyway. The remaster of the remaster.
The VR.
Of the Alexa version.
The remaster.
And then in the last few days,
How many wheels of cheese have I got?
in the last few days, a thing leaked, or someone kind of found something. Infinity Ward, the people who do Call of Duty, or one of the three teams who do Call of Duty.
Say Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward.
I thought
But Infinity Ward,
Avengers,
the Avengers came out and said,
Thanos clicked his hand and he went, "Not only am I going to kill everybody, but I'm going to produce the next gen of consoles."
and no one's going to be alive to play them.
Needs to be
there was
balanced.
a post there that was kind of talking about what they were working on next, and that, it was going to be Call of Duty, but that the game was out next year and it was going to release for current and next gen platforms, which would imply PS5 and Xbox 2 or whatever the hell they're called. So
How long have I
our
got?
conversation is what's happening with next gen.
How long have I got? 2 years?
Well, that's what we're trying to work out. Like, when do we think these things are going to drop? We're now starting to see signs.
Can't be in a
Cyberpunk looks
year.
like it's
Can't be within the year. It's too early for me.
2 to 3.
as in end of next year, or
No, I mean, any next year, 2019, shit can't be dropping on me, yeah? Like,
Yeah.
in phase Marvel.
keep in mind also. Just keep in mind, Infinity Ward are the next Call of Duty. Like, they're responsible for the next Call of Duty game to come out. So if they're talking next gen, then it's a possibility. I've got theories on that, but I'll let you guys go first. I don't want it that early.
2 to 3 years.
It's gotta be.
I reckon 2020 is the year.
2020's a good year to start dropping things.
And the
The
only
end of Marvel's big run. Like, I think they move into phase 4.
they're planning
Star
the
Wars
new
finished up the year
consoles.
before.
The new
Episode
consoles to
9.
fit around.
Yeah. Well, no,
Marvel
I'm
Cinematic
just saying,
Universe.
like, there's a lot of big things that'll either finish up or tie up in 2020 to start things new.
I mean, it'll be beginning of the Horizon Zero Dawn world. We'll just start to all die. And
Oh,
robots will
yeah,
take
be
over.
morbid about it. Sure, Paul, gosh.
No, I don't think it's got anything to do with 2020.
But no, I think
My-
2020 is a good year.
So that'd be what, 7-year run?
Yeah,
2013?
which is actually just as long as last
Yeah,
year.
so 8 years was the
Yeah.
previous console.
Because the Xbox 360 came out in 2005. PS3 was 2006.
I
And the
guess.
Wii was 2005 as well.
No, the PS3 and Wii were within like a week of one another.
Oh, were they? Oh, okay.
But
Paul had both.
I had both. Yeah,
The Wii.
I paid $1,000 for my PS3.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Well, I paid half.
It had
of it,
Blu-ray.
and then
Blu-ray.
we traded in the PS2 and got a great deal. Get from Game.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Not EB.
Game.
Was it game? I thought it was game traders.
EB was doing 600 if you traded in your console and 20 games. Game was doing 600 with
That's only 3
the
games
PS
nowadays.
the PS2
Three.
and 10. So
Oh, that's right. And you traded like a bunch of SingStars.
it was like
and stuff, didn't you?
SingStar, Sims,
Buzz.
Buzz, iToy. So I didn't actually trade a game that I didn't want anyway.
Yeah.
Barbie.
Thanks, game. Whereas
Barbie.
if I had to go to 20, I was going to struggle.
Paul had the complete Barbie pony riding collection.
My Little Pony. Is that even the game
My-
back then?
What do you call it? Hannah Montana.
Oh, Bratz. Bratz.
Rats.
Um,
Monster girls.
no, I waited to get Hannah Montana on my PS3. Easy play.
Oh,
I don't actually have that played. I'm bad, but I'm not that bad.
he does. He has a platinum. It's
But
hidden.
you know,
It's got a whole shelf.
To your point, like 7 years is about
It's about the
Right, it used to be a time where it was every 5 years.
Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah, like the Super Nintendo into 64, into
Xbox,
PS2, into like all that it was all about 5
Yeah,
years. We're
yeah.
actually longer generations now than we ever have.
I suppose with
It's just that we've had this weird, in this particular case, we've had this weird mid-gen upgrade with the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
That's the one that's, I think, putting people into a bit of a spin.
but I think also as well, it got off very slowly as well because for 3 years there wasn't really anything. You'd say
Well, the console sales were
exciting.
huge, but yeah, the games
Game
weren't
wise,
doing
was just
anything.
nothing until like Witcher 3
Witcher 3
came in, and
Fallout 4.
Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Pretty much when that came out, then things
Yeah,
got
2013,
interesting.
2014 were a bit slow.
Then 2015 came in, and bang.
Do you think they should take a leaf from Nintendo's book then if they're going to do that and be like, hey, here's a bunch of old games like that we've just spruced up for you to play again? Or do they go,
I mean, it
hey,
seems like the
backwards compatibility is going to be a thing just so that you've got something to play?
I mean, Xbox will do backwards compatibility. I think they have to now. PlayStation might very well go there. I think that's a feature they probably need to do. Next gen, too late for this one. We spoke about a lot of things PS4 needs to fix last week. Check it out. About 20 minutes ago for us.
Yeah, I was like,
3 hours.
damn, I missed that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I think backwards compatibility is
Very
something they need to look at
episode.
beginning of next gen for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, like you were talking about, some of the games, like it could have been a great start for this gen, but some things just didn't work out. Like Watch Dogs was meant to be the next big thing and kind of really show what the generation was going to be capable of, and then it just wasn't a good game in the end.
No.
So same with
But it was
Assassin's
because that
Creed.
trailer showed
Assassin's Creed got off to a bad
thing.
start. Well, it did that too. I think people's expectations were up here, and it was just
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the reviews said it was, but it wasn't what it should have been.
No.
But and like I suppose 2014 still did alright because you had Sunset Overdrive that year for the Xbox. You had
Which died because
Dragon Age Inquisition. You
Oh,
had Middle of Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Like there were a few good. Oh, you weren't a fan of that?
No.
I loved it.
it was a great game till the ending.
I was okay with
The best part was at the end where you got to control all the orcs.
You know, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was
but
the
I mean,
best
the
part.
final boss, instead of being an epic battle to the death, was, hey, here's a quick time fight. You punch X and then A, then X.
Yeah.
You're done.
So it's better than The Witcher 2. I just had a 20-minute conversation with the guys. Like, can I go? Yeah, sure, off you go. That was the end
Credits.
of the game. It was the best. It was the best. Like, so you're going to kill me? I was like, no, you can go. Oh,
Well,
Have a good day. See you. mate.
I think at least in like Mass Effect, you could talk the guy into like shooting himself in the head.
Well, yeah, with
is that the first one?
Sauron.
Saren, yeah.
Saren's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you needed to play the game 2 or 3 times to do that, couldn't you? Or could you
Yeah, I did
You
on
just,
my
had to,
first.
you just had to get
All your renegade was up.
you
Sorry.
Oh no, I had
skills
both.
were
I didn't know how to play that game at all. My both Renegade and thing were
Nice and
peaked.
high.
Like I was like, so I had choice options, and I was just like, I think the blue one's the good one. So
I'm
I just
simultaneously the
you
best bloke in the world and the worst bloke in the world at the
Talk-
same time. This is the best.
talk to him really. I didn't even talk to my crew. I didn't even know you could have romancing and stuff. Everyone's like, "It was a BioWare game," and I'm like,
Tune in
That
next
was
month where we
that
talk
was-
about Anthem and what we should and shouldn't see in the
That
game.
was the same.
That's
That
topical.
was the same with Fallout 3. Didn't know you had to get a companion till the end of the game.
"Ah,
I didn't know that because they all what they called that green thing. Mutant. The mutant
yeah.
came up. He's like, oh hey, can I join you? Like, yeah, right. And he's like, you got a companion. Like, what?
You missed the dog."
Oh no, I got the
Doggy.
dog, but that's just a dog.
Yeah,
Everyone wants
that's
a dog.
true. You can send the
Dog's the
in.
best part of Far Cry 5.
Send the dog in into
except-
the final thing to like to detonate the bomb or whatever.
I'll just take back what I said about the dog in Far Cry 5. The best thing about Far Cry 5 is the bear called Cheeseburger.
Oh God,
That's the
America.
What about
Fuck
the
yeah.
what about the dog from Fable 2?
so many broken promises. Peter Molyneux.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
sorry.
yeah, so next gen.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, right.
well, Peter Molyneux will be back and he'll promise that the dog will actually behave in a certain way, and it won't.
Okay.
But
Look, I think
so we
if
seem to be
VR should
2020
be
is the
allowed on everything. I think that it should almost. I should be able to buy. I should be able
Oculus.
to buy a system with the headset
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this stage. I don't think I
Be
should
an
have to
Oculus
spend.
Survive or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't
Separate
think that the
thing.
standard console should now come with one controller and a HDMI cord. It's like, yay, thank you.
I mean, if you bundle in a VR, and that's just based on the PS4 from it, you're paying $1,000 for PS4 and a VR.
That's what, right now?
As in, if you were to go and do that now,
Yeah.
you'd have to pay close to $1,000
Yeah.
for the two of them. I just don't know. Maybe, like people, the PS3 died because.
Yeah, I don't think they should charge that much though. If I can get a VR headset for my phone that costs $175, Oculus, thank you. It's fantastic. I love it. Sit there and I don't understand why I can't get something like that. You know, and I'm not saying that. You know, I mean, what, 2 years time? That shit gotta be cheaper.
Oh, for sure.
$800. I'm happy to pay $800 for a next gen Xbox or PS, whatever.
5. They keep their naming systems nice and easy.
Yeah, maybe it's.
We went from Xbox to 360 to 1.
Maybe.
Maybe they'll go the alphabet now.
PlayStation.
They did Xbox One.
Roman numerals.
PlayStation Alpha.
Yeah.
Amiga.
Ooh.
Oh,
God of War.
It's happening. No, where do you see everything going? When do we? So we seem to be all
I
in line
think
with 2020.
2020. Oh,
Which-
Even 2021.
Which kind of fit in with my theory about this whole Call
End
of
of
Duty.
2020,
Because
alright.
they'll do Call of Duty.
End of 2020.
They'll do Call of Duty next
New
year.
Year's Day. Bang.
And then it'll just be a port that'll come to the PS5 and Xbox 2
Yeah.
the next year when they launch. But
Please don't call it the Xbox 2. That better not be a thing.
Oh. I hope not either. It's kind
no,
of
the naming thing
Or just
for
call
Xbox
it.
is pretty
I
hard.
don't. They can't call it Xbox. That was their first one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do they
They'll
call
just
it?
call it EB, XB,
Xbox X?
that's what we got. Xbox One
Xbox
X.
XX.
Oh. Straight edge.
Straight edge.
So
Sorry.
what are we
It's
going
been a
to
long
see
day.
from this next gen?
Look, VR will hit it a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Narration and gameplay will be huge. I mean, nothing's going to change dramatically at the beginning. It'll just be more graphic. Like, it'll be like watching Toy Story 1, which is still a fantastic movie.
To Toy
to
Story
watch
3.
Toy Story 3, and you're just like, it's still a great storytelling, but I can see everything in the background that's happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be more of that. Like, I don't think they're going to change much. That maybe a better streaming service and a cloud service. Like,
On PlayStation.
you know, I think that's like a huge future for things. I don't think they'll do the DRM. You know, can't share games.
No,
and
that's
shit.
not
I think
going to
that's.
happen.
And, you know, even though Steam already does it, but hey.
That's the Wild West out there. That's a strange old place, Steam.
Yeah, but look, it's one of the things. I think how much further can they take it?
Well, we're getting PCs. This is where the whole x86.
Yeah, I
thing
don't
comes from.
believe that they'll do the upgradable parts system, and that's dumb. I think that if they have a baseline of where they can
Sony CPU that you just pop out and pop a new one in.
go, yeah,
Oh.
That
It's like the old Nintendo with the expansion pack.
yeah.
Oh,
you want to play Donkey Kong?
Gotta
shove
put
that into your
put
controller.
This red thing
And
in
a
there.
real wrinkle in the whole thing. PlayStation haven't said much about what they'll do on their end, but Phil Spencer's come out and said anything like next gen, whatever our next Xbox is, a game that releases for that you can still play on your Xbox One.
What's the point of having a next gen Xbox?
So essentially, it's really become a PC where the next Xbox is your high end spec.
Isn't that what the One X was? The Scorpio was supposed to be.
So what it might end up being is that
It's just smaller.
let's use Cyberpunk as the example because it's probably going to relaunch in somewhere in that window anyway. Your high end spec is what comes to the Xbox 2 or whatever it is. That's high spec. You know, everything running on top settings or whatever. The Xbox One X gets medium, and the original Xbox One is low.
What about the 360?
It's muddy, yeah,
Explosion. Overheat.
and it ends up still getting called Xbox One something.
So what you're saying is that
Don't
they're
get me
going
wrong.
for
It's just that that's the message
like
they put out there. So it's weird.
1.2.
Yeah.
the performance versus visual stuff that you can do on the
2.9
on the Pro
final
now.
chapter prologue.
like you go on you play Monster
Takes
Hunter
some
World,
months.
and if you do you can do like the 4K thing and go for
Yeah, pick and choose what you want.
visualization, or you can go down and go, okay, I just want it for performance. Like I just want it to run smooth. Is that what we're heading to? Like,
We're going towards PC, yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
But PCs you can just buy off the shelf.
yeah.
It's just done.
But look, I think the next gen will just
There won't be sliders. You still won't get that because your box is capable of whatever your box is capable of.
Yeah. I just think that, eventually it'll be like, I think if they are going to do that, that's smart. It's like, hey, this console's still capable of doing stuff. But it'll be like that same
Eventually it'll be like Apple, though, where this phone can't now support X, Y, Z.
But I feel like it'll be like one of those things where it's like, hey, phase out. There we go. Moving on to the next one. You know what I mean? Like everything's done that. There's been, there was like the GameCube to the Wii. There was a port for Zelda.
Yeah.
Wii U to Switch, port for Zelda. Like, you know what I mean? There's always going to be ports.
Well, Nintendo with the Switch said, we're going to have a 3-pillar strategy where the Wii U's still part of it. And they dropped that shit like a brick.
I wonder why.
Yeah, because it's the worst console that Nintendo's ever made. Still got some great games on it, though. Good work, Nintendo.
How many's good? 1?
Captain Toad's awesome. Pikmin 3's amazing.
4.
Mario 3D World, pretty awesome.
5. Smash. Mario Kart.
Pikmin 3. Captain Toad. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Oh,
Mario
stop
3D
throwing
World.
out.
They put good games. Bayonetta
Freeze
2 was there first, remember?
Like
they put good games on that system. They just had a shit system.
Yeah, they did.
But anyway.
when they force you to use the screen, that's just when the things are bad.
Mario Maker 2.
That was the one I was trying to think of.
But
bring it to the Switch.
And there's more, I'm sure. But
Bring the Switch.
I know. I'm hounding for everything to come to the Switch.
Forget your VR that has to come with everything. Give every console a Switch capacity. Where
Now,
you
here's
just take
the thing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that in anything. I hate when people ask me, like, what do you think, are they going to do, what the Switch has done? Like, handheld. I'm like, they won't. They shouldn't.
I mean, PlayStation's gotten pretty good over the years of just copying everything that Nintendo's done. Hey, the Wii Remote's pretty popular. Here's the PS Move.
Then Xbox did their Kinect thing, whatever it was, and it was terrible. You needed 5 meters of space.
Yeah,
it didn't work. I just tossed mine out yesterday.
I traded mine in, and the guy, like at EV, was like, hey, you can buy this camera lens. And I'm like, yeah, like I legit don't have enough room in between my thing. He's like, yeah, sure. Didn't tell him that it didn't work. He didn't test
and they didn't test. More for him.
Didn't test it. Got my
it's not our main brand.
Blizzard art book out of it.
Nice.
But like, here's the thing. Like, it's weird. Yeah. That we're so close to the next. We're so close to the next gen. But I can't tell you what's going to be different.
It's not. No, I mean the gap's gotten smaller and smaller over the years. Like we had our 8 to 16-bit jump from NES to Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
We then saw games go 3D. Some wanted to stay in the 2D space, but that's fine. Like we saw games go 3D with the 64 and the PS1. We then got prettier,
more polygons.
Yeah, more polygons. Like I guess we still got those same sort of jumps, like 8 to 16-bit, but it was still ultimately 3D.
Yeah.
Like from PS2 to PS3 or Xbox to Xbox 360, blah blah blah. HD.
Yeah.
And online.
HD.
And online, I guess, with those probably the two big things. And then this gen, we've seen just a refinement of that anyway.
Full HD to 4K and stuff.
DLC.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we got that last gen as well. Horse armor, don't forget it. Oblivion. That was the first thing that kicked it all off. Yeah, with Elder Scrolls Oblivion, you got horse armor, and people lost their minds. This is the future of gaming.
Was that Bethesda?
No. Yeah, it was
Bethesda.
Yeah, it was with Bethesda. Elder Scrolls.
I thought it was 2K.
No, Elder Scrolls was Bethesda, but like there was some weird. Anyway, that growing pains. But we're not seeing these massive jumps anymore, anyway.
No.
And now that we've got two consoles that are virtually PCs, I think we'll just continue to see the development of that. It's just that the only reason this comes along is because developers must be starting to say that, hey, we're starting to hit a bit of a wall in terms of what we can do with these systems.
Yeah, there's that game. I can't remember what it was. That game. I think we brought it up in an earlier episode, and I still don't remember what it was called. And they went through the whole thing with the game developer and stuff like that. And he's like, "Yeah, we're building this for next gen. There's no way that we're going to be able to put it out on this." And it was like there was lines of code and stuff that people were picking into, and I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have to.
It's just weird because
out.
Watch Dogs did this sort of thing last gen, where Ubisoft came out and it was. I mean, it did come to the PS3 and 360, but it was clearly a next gen game. And I think we're starting to see the same thing already, but more so. We're seeing Halo, which might do both, but I'm fairly sure that's going to be a next Xbox.
It's got to be.
Yeah, well,
we'll call it the next box.
Hey,
The next box.
The next box.
That's cool.
Then the one after that can be the next box.
Yeah, and it just becomes this
No, it's the next box.
stupidly long
360.
Next box, yeah.
Yeah, we can hit
next
reboot
box
on the whole thing. Yeah, Halo Infinite, there's going to be Starlink and there's going to be Elder Scrolls. You've got Cyberpunk, from those who saw it behind closed doors, seem to think that it's looking pretty next-gen-ish. And then, yeah...
I don't know, man. I feel like that just might be one of those games that really pushes, like, the Pro and Scorpio.
Yeah, I think...
Is it called the Scorpio or is it the One XX?
The One X. One X.
The One X to it's extremes.
Yeah.
Like, that's your seal and deal note on the last...
And I'd be okay
like,
with that, because
thing.
they've only done one game, it was The Witcher 3. And they announced Cyberpunk before they even announced The Witcher 3.
So then it's been a long time in development then.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of could put to the back burner, but like they would have had their concepts and all that sort of thing done. I know, and then like it's weird what's going on at PlayStation, because they're very clearly not announced. The last couple of E3s, they've just gone Last of Us, Spider-Man, Days Gone, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. Like they're just showing the same games. We now don't know what's happening with Guerrilla. I mean, they'll be working on the next Horizon.
I love it how in our E3...
Like, there's so many studios that just... We don't need to tell you anything about them, and it's because they're just trying to fill out time so that these games roll out next gen. Or like, as in, when the time comes to announce PS5,
Yeah.
you can bet that Naughty Dog's going to be there with probably The Last of Us 2 remastered. But Guerrilla will kick things off with Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or whatever it happens to be called.
Yeah.
They're already getting a Gran Turismo will be there early on. Those sorts of things. Like they're just ready. They're ready to go straight away.
Turismo.
Man, I got to admit that Horizon trailer looked fantastic.
When they first showed it off.
The new one.
Oh, Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
Good God, yeah. That's unreal.
It's just it's crazy to see. That's what racing games look like right today. But like that being said, like I've completely forgotten.
They're just going to look prettier.
Yeah, they are
More
going to look
processing
prettier.
power, so you can
More
do more on-
shinier.
You can do more on screen.
Shiny.
But we're almost at a peak, really.
Yeah, I mean the next thing is just getting that augmented reality.
Yeah.
TV doing things.
It'll change the way we interact with the things.
Yeah.
But
I
don't
I'm
think
just
that's
still
next gen.
shattered that the Xbox Smart Glass didn't have more interactivity. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
really-
right. Yeah, like you could use that.
Yeah, I would have just loved to be able to pick it up. It's like, oh, by the way, interactive with the app, and you're like, cool. Oh, I'm going to type something. You know, things like that, or like
what Mass Effect 3 did, where there was the app,
oh, that was cool.
and you were fighting. Like there was the big. Do you remember? Did you play? You
No, I
played
don't
Mass
play
Effect 3?
maybe 3, but I never knew there was an app.
There was a mobile, because remember there was the kind of there was the online mode, but there was also this Galaxy at War thing, and
Yeah, the 50%,
Yeah,
So
and
if
you
you
wanted to
didn't
get to a
have-
certain level to make sure everyone kind of survived at the end.
which
and all
doesn't
that sort
matter anyway.
of- Well, it didn't matter, but
If you survived,
when
didn't it
when
make
I
it
was
better?
off at
Didn't you
work,
get a
I
better
was just
ending?
hammering it and like constantly updating, just making sure I was at 100% readiness for the end,
And you still died.
and it still didn't matter.
But it sucked when you had only 50% survive. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got the 50% because like I did every side mission, everything to get the points just over the amount, that you weren't just crushed. And it was like, yeah, but we lost 50% of our units, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, no, I wasn't settling for anything less than 100, but at the same time, like there was the possibility for that sort of thing.
Mass Effect, Andromeda 2, next gen.
Well, maybe not even Andromeda. Maybe they just go with something
Mass
else.
Effect 4, I don't think they want to put the name Andromeda near anything, but given the reception, unfortunately, because I think Andromeda was fine. We've already discussed that in separate episodes.
There will definitely be Grand Theft Auto 6 will come.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
next gen, for
Grand
sure.
Theft Auto. I'd probably be working on that right now.
So,
I'm guessing.
something that emerged yesterday, a few weeks ago for all you guys, you already know how this played out. Someone hacked the PS3, 360 and PC versions of the game, and where you get notifications from Rockstar in the game, it's just like, we're adding this, it said GTA 6 coming 2019. Someone's hacked it and then put out a message from Rockstar, and people were like spamming it, going, "Oh my god!" Now no one's been able to crack the PS4 and Xbox One, so it never happened in those versions of the game. But anyone who played PS3, 360, and PC was seeing this notification, putting it all over the internet, saying GTA 6 is coming 2019, and it was a bunch of hackers.
Dang.
Oh, it's a bunch of idiots. The Rockstar are working on Red Dead. Stop kidding yourself.
Yeah, like
They're very close to a one
was
game
it April
generation
Fools?
studio.
Like, oh my god, I can't believe they're going to release this. What do you...
Us as Aussies, if anything happens on April 1st and 2nd, you just ignore it because the 2nd is when the Americans, like overseas, are still...
Rick and Morty Bushland Adventures. Yeah. But, no, look, the thing is, next gen will do whatever it does best. And that is the console shitstorm war. Sorry, not warm. War. And I fucking
Come to
love
the dark
it. I
side,
love
buddy.
it. Because you know what? It's when gamers show their passion. And it's really weird. Like that, those sales
They're
mean
also
shit.
dicks. But
I get it, they're dicks. And I get, it's like, well, I'm just going to buy whatever and play. But it's grass because people, like, it shows, that oomph to buy and up, like be a consumer and show your support for your colours, and it's very tribalistic, but I don't care, man.
Go Geelong. Oh, sorry, wrong war. Right.
Get out of my house. It's clearly yours, but get out.
I live here.
Me and Matt will
We'll take care of it.
we'll finish this up.
Shoot.
And you can follow us at player2.net.au.
One of these days, I'm going to throw it to you to .gov. We're high rolling now. That's right. The government will kill us just like they did the ABC.
Oh, snap.
But,
Well, now you've done it.
I hope that
I think we're just seeing
Xbox
better
and
PCs
PlayStation, take a leaf from Nintendo's book and make a controller that lasts for days. Those Pro controllers are just incredible. They last forever.
See, you've used this one a bit dust on there.
Yeah, that's my launch PS3 one. Like, and I had to put those little thumb things over it
What's with
because the
what's with
rubber.
the little...
Yeah, the rubber on the original versions wasn't great, so it actually like tore back, and all of a sudden the little metal thing was exposed.
Oh gosh!
Ooh, what's it?
So
There it is.
that's where the little covers come from.
Paul's rubbing those nipples way too hard. Knobs? What are they
Knobs.
called?
Yeah, you got it.
Control
You've got your
stick,
PS4
joysticks.
controller.
Joysticks, there we go.
You've got your Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller, and
what?
you've got your Pro controller for the Switch.
Yeah,
I
that
only have
lasts
one.
like 12,
eternity. It's
13,
amazing.
14 hours where I can't even play my PlayStation for a whole day without having to plug it in.
So I think
don't
we're
know.
just seeing bigger and better PCs,
Yeah.
and
that's fine for
And the
people
developers are just getting their ducks in a row to make sure that they can support from day one.
And look, the online sales are getting better and better. Like,
Oh, it's more and more accessible.
yeah. I think
Red Dead,
it's-
for example, like EB, and this is just our Aussie prices. EB are doing the game for $99, or you get your steel case with a map and a little bit of DLC, and it wasn't anything major, for $150. JB's doing
Shitty statue.
no statue for that one,
No
but
statue.
JB's doing the game for $69 day one. You're gonna go get this special edition that's got your steel book and your map.
I think I got
pay the price of an extra copy of the game.
I think I got Crash Bandicoot
then
for
some
like
to-
$30 or $40 because of JB.
Yeah,
And it was like $99 at...
the competition's there, and that's if you even go physical. Like we're
That's what I'm saying, like online will be
Not everyone
a
can.
massive thing because it's like,
how's your internet? Your place? You wouldn't.
It's pretty much dial up.
Yeah, so
So it's the point is.
physical's still important.
yeah, of course.
Um,
I'm more than happy to have
but
physical too.
but there's more and more people that are just. If
My
if
shelves
the
will be
means
barren
if the
without
means allow it,
physical
then they're
things.
going digital. I think that's probably what I'll do next gen. I'm realising that these game cases are just taking up too much room.
yeah, you
But
got bubs on the way.
I also buy too many games, so
You need hopefully they have massive hard drives because
Yeah, I want
Yeah, the 1
a
terabyte's
standard
enough.
2
5.
2 terabyte.
5 terabyte.
A standard 5 terabyte. But I also want, I don't want to, like, I just want an expansion slot. Just go to me, hey, you can add an extra thing for just pure storage. Stop this, hey, you
Oh,
have
no,
to
I
take
was
it
gonna
out.
say, didn't you say before we didn't want expansions? Yeah, right.
The consoles don't have to be smaller. Like, no one's building,
I mean, that's the crazy thing about the Xbox One X, though. It's smaller than before, and it's quieter than before.
Yeah.
And they managed to kill off the power brick. Like, they did so many things.
they did an amazing job of that.
And I've played it like twice because there's no games on the Xbox that I can't get on PlayStation.
But yeah, like, I
They're
just think
fixing it.
that
Come on,
give me
come on.
give me a console as big. I don't care, but allow me to go. Hey, Like, and here's another 5 terabytes you can just slot in.
Yeah.
It's like, cool. Then I'll have online complete.
I think they're getting there. Like, Xbox were already in a good place. Like that, I mean, outside of the Red Ring of Death at the beginning of last gen, like they had a really good system. The control was great. Everyone loved the way, like the offset sticks, and like they really listened to people, and especially given they had the Duke for the original Xbox, so that was a shit show. PlayStation 3 like got a lot of feedback. Controls too small. You shouldn't have your. It should be concave instead of convex with the sticks because fingers just slip off it.
Yep.
And they went and they sat down with developers and asked them, what do you want from your control? And they built a control with that in mind. And they've got that down pat. Now, if they apply that idea to the hard, like the console itself, and maybe take a bit of feedback, just scour the internet. Gamers have got their opinions. We're sitting here voicing ours right now.
Look at the Switch. I chucked a 128 gig micro SD card into it.
Yeah.
No stress. And I can put more in it if I wanted. Like, I could have got a bigger one, but I'm not going. I'm not that demanding of a consumer. Unless I was going to buy WWE, which needs like an additional 40 gig.
So the means are there. So it's time to do something about it, guys.
It is
2020, I think we seem to be landing on. It's not that far away.
Well,
these things will be announced next year.
We would have finished the Star Wars trilogy. We would have finished the Infinity Wars.
Finish Phase 4.
Is it Phase 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in Phase 4, aren't we?
I thought we were in Phase 3, moving to Phase 4.
Could be.
Okay, well, we're finishing that phase up.
No.
You know.
Kingdom Hearts 3 will finally have come out.
Maybe Final Fantasy 7 might have come out.
No.
We're going to be finishing... shut up. We're going to be finishing a lot of things up, and I think it's a good, like... Decades, decades thing. I'm sure there's a new millennials thing, whatever they're called. X, Y, Z, Z.
Isn't that those
Zimzos.
Isn't it those dishwashing capsules?
Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
That's the next generation of kids. Tide Pods.
Tide Pods.
I think on that note, 2020 shit's going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up, either of you. I mean, PlayStation, Xbox. Nintendo are riding the wave of this beautiful specimen.
After
you'll be 30. You'll be over 30 in that years, mate.
You already are now, mate.
Yeah, but you'll be old.
Where are you these days?
Month off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got till February. I've got a bit more time.
He's turning 21. Oh, Matto.
So that is the last episode of Patch for this month. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know you always get a little bit rattled because forever. It's the last episode of Patch for this month.
Forever of July.
If you enjoyed it, Matto, point out the spots. Like, share, and subscribe.
I feel like a flight attendant.
We found here, and here. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted to every video as it goes live. This foolish human being does the late game review. That's something you can get early. If you join us at Patreon. There's Patch, the Video Games Club, The Insider, and a whole lot more. So go and check all those out. For written content, make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au. You'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, our E3 Hub, and heaps more. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick in a few bucks, you'll get early access to his shit show, this shit show. I mean shit show as in it's a shit show, not wear shit.
Look, I was feeling almost offended by saying what?
How dare you, sir?
I come in once.
There will be a late game review up by now.
Yeah.
It's been about a month since.
Will it be end of July?
How good of an adventure was it?
Or was it an adventure? I don't know.
He hasn't actually even decided the game yet.
No, I haven't. It's always there. It's always
early
finished.
access to shows like the Late Game Review, like Patch to the Insider. Higher tiers, you'll get exclusive episodes, and at the top tier, you can join us in the monthly Player 2 podcast. Help the Player 2 dream to grow. Kick in a few bucks. We love you.
All right. That's lovely.
Tacos Talks.
Great and powerful.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James P2, the website, Player2AU. That's Patch for the month done. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you later.
Back to the studio.